Okay, welcome everybody. We are playing Dragonlance.
Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
We are playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are on episode 55. So many episodes. And to recap, I am your Dungeon Master, Brian. Along with us are all these awesome player characters in our awesome group. And just a recap from last week, what happened. Let me grab my notes really quick. We were sent from on the map here, the City of Lost Names. We took off from there and we're heading to the Shady Cove, where we had kind of a ranger, Clistrin, that was helping us track across the northern wastes. So we got there really fast. And in our way there, we came across a Dragonelle that was downed, that was hurt. It was being trapped. It was actually going to be captured by 3 Dragon Army officers and kind of put into the Dragon Army forces and stuff. But the mighty player characters came and saw to it that that did not happen. So it was quite an epic fight. If you did not catch it on the episode last week, definitely check it out on YouTube. It was pretty epic. Lots of damage was going out. Oh yeah, I gotta make sure I've got the correct dice this time. I'm pretty sure I did, but anyways, enough
You've
of the.
been banned from using
No
certain dice,
thunder
right?
showed. No
I've been
thunder showed.
banned from
Yeah.
using super uber dice. Actually, let me just roll a 20-sided dice because I will roll to everyone. Oh, nope, I do have the bad dice. Okay, so I'm gonna make that change. But so yeah, we rescued the Dragonelle. Clistrin came by and kind of the Dragonelle, and it was a bronze Dragonelle, wasteland Dragonelle, so it's kind of a wild type dragon. And the Dragonelle kind of took to him a little bit and locked eyes with him, and then the Dragonelle flew off kind of clumsily to the south. And from there, you guys made it to the supply camp, where you guys met up with Tatina Rukeldust and also Cudgel. She was a dwarf from way back in the early episodes of Cudgel. She was part of the mercenary army and stuff, and a really good friend of Becklin. And so Cudgel and Tatina and this one captain, Haldry Lettuce, is going to be the captain, taking you guys on a quick ship from up here to the Shady Cove back down to Kalaman. So, kind of long, yeah, just in quick shortness, you guys make it to Kalaman within about a day's worth journey. You guys definitely have the seas and the wind kind of in your favor as you guys are heading south. And just to give other people, viewers watching, there's a huge army that's amassing up here that's heading south. So there's like a raised city, a floating citadel from the Temple of Takesis that is flying, and it's got like these undead dragons floating all around, and a bunch of Dragon Army soldiers jumping on board and stuff to basically head on south to bring a big threat. So your main thing right now, from what Darrett told you guys, is to go to Kalaman and let Marshal Ventry know about this imposing threat that is heading our way, or that is heading way to Kalaman. So that's kind of what you guys have been tasked with. Along the way on the boat ride, Tatina and Biddy, Tatina's like showing Biddy a whole bunch of like her cool gnomish inventions and different gadgets and stuff like that. and she is so enamored to like show you guys all of her cool little inventions. You guys do see she gives Biddy like a 4 little gnomish device that you've seen been used in stuff in the past when you guys helped rescue her at her workshop back in the early weeks and stuff like that. So
Everything was like booby traps, right? Well, all
Yeah.
those things that came to life.
Yeah, there's kind of like a robotic chicken that would poop out eggs, or a snake that would like constrict and grapple you, and other little cool contraptions and stuff, little clockwork gnomish like devices and stuff. And there's Casey in the back.
Do you want me to read them out, what they are?
Sure. Yeah, Biddy, if you want to share them with the group and let them know.
All right. So Biddy's just having the time of her life, like talking to Tatina and seeing all of her cool tinkered things, and has her little crush. But one of the things that she learns how to tinker is a contraption that looks like a big set of teeth that tries to bite the character. +3 to hit, 1d6 bludgeoning damage on a hit. A bundle of thrashing cords that whips around a character who has to make a DC 10 dexterity saving throw or be restrained until the end of their turn. A device that fires a dart filled with glowing green fluid at the center. On a hit, the fluid is injected with an ominous hiss, but proves to be harmless. And then my favorite, a mechanical chicken fires 10 eggs at the character. And they take 1d4 bludgeoning damage on a hit. On a hit, the egg bursts in an oily mess, and the character has disadvantage on attack rolls until the end of their next turn.
Nice.
Very fun.
Mechanic chicken!
Awesome.
Mechanic chicken.
So cool!
Cool. So you guys pull into the port of Kalaman, and it's a very large city. Xiaomi, you've never been to Kalaman, but it's just a huge city. You guys kind of enter here into the bay. You see, just as you guys get onto the shore, there's, just a lot of soldiers around, more heavy presence than normal. And what would you guys like to do, and where would you like to go?
I think we're heading right for the leaders, yeah? We got to report in before we can go shopping.
Yeah, we kind of should let them know, that there's a gigantic floating city and an army coming.
Yeah.
Give them more time. Like, it'd be sweet to hit them all, but, we kind of should prioritize.
Yeah.
Sure. Cool. So you guys head over towards Castle Kalaman. Here's some really cool concept art from the campaign and stuff of the castle and stuff. So kind of very old castle, ancient, kind of before the town, like the castle was created and then the town came around it and stuff. Outside the town, you can tell, there's all walls and stuff outside all around the city. And then there's the harbor, so it's kind of defensive, a very nice defensive harbored city. Outside the walls, there's a bunch of houses and stuff, kind of ramshackled housing for a lot of people who can't afford or can get into the city of Kalaman, live outside of there. But the city itself has kind of a really nice bazaar area, and you guys head through that way, and you guys kind of head towards this castle of Kalaman. As you do, there's some soldiers that notice you guys. You guys are very unique and distinguishable. One of the soldiers approaches you guys, and he's says, "Hail and well met, travelers. You must be some of the soldiers of Derek and his army. The marshal has actually she's in council right now, but she told me that if any of you ever show up, to escort you right away to her."
Lead the way.
Excellent. So he takes you into the council chamber, where the door is closed and the door opens, and you guys enter this council chamber. Right. So as you guys enter this room, the familiar conference hall and its large round table have seen significant repairs since last time you were here. Marshal Vendry and Lord Baccharis sit at the table, along with various bickering strangers who wear the colors of Kalaman's guilds. Opposite the door, a woman in simple clothes sits in the governor's chair, watching the proceedings with uncertainty. That's her right here. Marshal Vendry sees you and stands, surprise clear on her face. So this is Marshal Vendry right down here, and this appears to be governor. And Marshal Vendry stands and looks over to you guys, and she's like, "Oh my goodness." She's like, "Aren't you guys a sight for sore eyes?" She's like, if you please don't mind members here. She calls for silence and welcomes you guys to come to the table. And
Hi, good to see you. We've got some good news and some bad news.
Excellent. She's like, well, she's like, well, let me, yeah, definitely. I would love to hear your report in private means, and if you guys can come and follow me, and as she says this, you hear a loud, energetic voice coming from this gentleman right here. And he's like, I'm sorry, Marshal, I just have to interject here. I'm sorry, I'm Lord Baccharis. If those of you don't know who I am, I'm kind of a big deal around here. But anyways, yes, Lord Baccharis here. I think we would like to all hear what you folks have to say. So yes, please, if you can tell us your story. And because the whole council's here, I'm a part of the council. I don't know if you knew that, but I'm kind of a big deal. So, and Marshal Vendry kind of rolls her eyes and looks over to the lady right next to her, and Marshal Vendry's like nods, and Marshal Vendry says, "This is a secret group of Derek, his select people," and she's like, "Let me introduce you. This is Governor Thren, newly appointed Governor Thren right there." And she nods to you guys, and Marshal Vendry opens the floor up to you guys in front of everybody to speak on what's going on.
Oh, I think we're good with just not having to share this in front of everybody. Lord Baccharis, remember me, right? Remember us? Show me. I'm sorry. We'll have to.
He just looks at him and bares your teeth and just goes.
Lord Baccharis gets a kind of a
threat's still valid.
A scowl on his face and just kind of grabs his neck and stuff a little bit and loosens his collar. He's like, "Well, I think this is kind of a military type operation, and this could threaten Kalaman. So I think we really want to know, especially the people, just really want to know right now, how safe we are, what's out there, and what's coming on." And Marshal Vendry's like, "Baccharis, please, if you don't mind, in front of the council, but we're, if you don't mind, what have you seen? Have you guys seen Derek?"
I don't want to do all the speaking for us in case people want to jump in.
Well, you know how Biddy gets when she starts talking. It's very high pitched, very fast, and hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we can say, "Oh yeah, we ran into Derek actually when we were just leaving the place that we were just at that we kind of need to talk to you about. Looks great, by the way. His hair's fantastic."
And Thank you very much. And how's Darrett and our army? How are they faring?
Can I
Well-
try something
Sure.
Yeah,
on
sure.
the side while you're saying this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to cast a cantrip message to
Okay.
Lord Baccharis. So I'm just gonna kind of like try to do this discreetly, or whatever I can,
Okay.
to where I can just. I'd like to try to intimidate him, but not let anybody hear it. Is that an option that I can do? Be like, you
Yeah.
need to get out.
Just a
If you were-
secret intimidation check.
Go
Yeah,
ahead
because I feel
and
like last
do.
time I threatened his life and he got in our
Sure.
way, I would kill him.
Go
was
ahead and
my
make
promise.
like a stealth check just to see if you're gonna try hiding your spell and what you're gonna say to him, if that's what you want to do.
We
Yeah.
clearly like threatening him. I remember our first
Yeah.
interaction. It was the younger Baccharis, but I did threaten to bite him.
This is advantage, it says, and I forget why. So can I roll again?
Sure.
Why does it say advantage?
On your.
Something of mine.
Might have some kind of a.
Ooh. Okay. We'll take that 12.
I'll go ahead and go with the 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you cast, and Baccharis kind of looks over at you and kind of sees you casting your thing, but doesn't really do anything or get too spooked by it. But what did you want to, I guess, say to him or whisper to him?
Okay, so this is where the intimidation part is going to come up, right? So I'm probably
Okay.
not that sneaky. People just know I cast a spell because that was the stealth, right? So my intimidation, which is going to be separate, is something of the sort of, if either you leave now and you'll be safe, or if you stay and cause problems, I will kill you. Don't forget, like, just straight up threaten this asshole's life.
He gets your message and he's like looking all around, like just kind of panicky, worried, and he just goes over to like the refreshment table, and he like grabs some water and starts he's starting to sweat and stuff, and he's pretty much shut up and stuff, and he keeps like side eyeing you and like looking at you, kind of. He's scared. He is very scared of you.
Okay. I just give him a little wink, and then Betty, you can keep doing your thing. This is what I'm trying to do in the background of you doing all that shit and telling them what's up.
Yeah, I think. No, she's just kind of like. Biddy's just sort of explaining like that they did run into like the army right now is like, well, in a word, outnumbered.
Outnumbered by how many?
Oh, golly, I'd be hard pressed to say. We didn't actually get to see the entire army because there were so many of them.
Oh my goodness. And are they heading towards Kalaman?
That would probably be where they would want to head to first.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So
I mean, unless they decide they want to stop at Vogler for some, tea and a funeral, but,
Governor Thren says, how many, like, what are we talking about? We know about these Draconians and some of their soldiers, but what other things may they have at their within their ranks?
there's some
Oh, well.
dragons.
And a flying citadel.
Yeah, there's that too.
When you mention the Citadel, everybody just goes like pale white and is like silent and scared, and they start like murmuring or whispering to each other. And Governor Thren says, "Oh," and she's like, "Everybody, she's trying to like get everybody just calm down and stuff like that." And Marshal Vendry says, "Well, how many of these flying citadels does the enemy have?"
It's just one, right?
Just
Or
one.
Just
more.
the one.
we know of, yeah.
Okay. Could they make
Just
more?
one?
Could they make more of these, or?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
Don't-
Okay.
I don't
Wow.
know. Not that we're aware of.
And you said this citadel flies?
Yeah.
Oh my! And so everybody's just
Yeah.
like murmuring more words and kind of you can kind of tell like there's panic setting in and everything. And Marshal Vendry and the governor are kind of locking eyes silently towards each other. And Marshall's like, "Oh boy," and they're headed this way, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any ideas how such a thing could be destroyed?
I mean, we were in something similar, right? Like we know that they use little magical levers and stuff inside to sometimes guide these things and float them around.
Wow. And
Yeah, we
think-
crashed one really well.
Yeah, super good. We destroyed it. Mm-hmm.
And there's a magical helmet for one too.
a magical
Mhm.
helmet. What does
Oh, that's right.
what does
Yeah.
that do?
I pull it out. This,
It helps. It controls the island. Whoever wears it.
Oh
Am I
my
correct in
goodness.
that? Yeah.
Oh my
The
goodness.
last one we saw was broke, so I don't know if there's any more of those, but it's something to be aware of.
So basically, we need a really, really tall ladder and a weird hat.
mm-hmm,
Sounds about right.
Okay.
mm-hmm.
One of the nobles says, "Well, how can Kalaman stand against a fortress that soars over the city's defenses? This is asinine. We don't stand a chance. It's game over, man. Game over." And Marshal Vendry's like, "Listen, everybody calm down." And she's like, "Listen, we have a lot of questions, and you guys have traveled very far and you guys definitely need your rest." Marshal Vendry's like, "Thank you very much." And she's like, "I apologize for a lot of these questions. It could be we're not expecting you to have all the answers, but thank you for sharing what you guys shared." And Marshal Vendry does mention like she still has your guys's special living quarters here within the castle, so you guys have a place to stay and unpack your stuff. She and she bids you guys like to get some rest, some R&R, and the quarters, and remain, at in here in the castle, if you'd like. But yeah, she basically lets you guys kind of adjourns the meeting and stuff. So
Yeah.
at this time, you guys can go back to your quarters. This is kind of like the open-ended kind of version. I'm gonna just openly, like, if there's something specific within the city that you guys would like to go check out and explore, or if there's specific people that you want to go and talk to and ask questions, now's kind of a great time for that. But I'll say for like right now, you guys kind of just go back to your quarters and kind of settle in. But yeah, if anybody wants to do a particular thing, you guys right now are in Castle Kalaman.
I would like to go unburden myself of a lot of gold at Wayron's magical goodies. Anybody else
Wayron's.
want to come?
Sure.
Excellent. Okay. And I think Halvard might. Alex, you've been on mute.
You're muted.
But
Yeah, but he wouldn't be going over to there. He'd be finding the smithy.
that would be the Hammer
Strike
Forges. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he'll be making his way over there.
Check that out. Okay. And then
I'll party along with golly, I don't know. I'll go with Halberd.
go with Halvard. Okay. Sure.
Friends don't leave friends alone in a big city. You might get into trouble and you might need some help.
Excellent. So you guys pack off your bags, and you guys, as you guys come out of your door, you see Marshal Vendry there, and she's says, don't I apologize for what happened in the room. We're trying to keep things calm and cool and collective. But I'll call for you guys tomorrow if you guys don't mind coming to check in. I just have like some other questions and stuff, but feel free to wander about the city and stuff, and we're trying to keep things from not being super panicked as we can with the news that's getting out. But again, I was hoping to have a private conversation with you guys, but with some of the council people, news could be spreading. So just want you guys to know about that.
Well, probably better that people kind of know what's coming, because we really want to get prepared. Like I'm saying, it's not a small army. It's not a small threat that's coming this way, but we're here to help defend.
Excellent.
But yeah.
I think Lord Soth might be part of it too, right? Lord Soth is maybe spearheading this, so we didn't share that in there, but a little tidbit for you.
Okay. Yes. Well, I'm not surprised. That would explain the cataclysmic events that happened in the vaults underneath the castle here and what transpired. But yeah, she looks around at like other soldiers down the hallway, and she just kind of whispers, she's like, we'll talk about this later, but I appreciate you guys very much, and thank you so much for being here. So yeah, she lets you guys go on your way. I guess we'll start with Biddy and Halvard. You guys head through the town here, and you guys head over to Hammer Strike Forges.
Biddy's little legs are just running to keep up with Albert.
Biddy's running pretty quick. If she gets tired, you've got boots that you can just click and start flying and hover mode.
It does not change my speed, though, unfortunately. I mean, I can get above the crowds at least.
Oh,
if I get lost.
It doesn't change you to 30 flying speed instead of 25?
It's not a flying speed. It just puts me up in the air. It's boots of levitation, not flight.
Okay. Well, bummer.
Which is okay. I'm satisfied.
Yeah. So you guys...
That's right. If I get lost in the crowd, I can just pop up and be like, where'd he go?
There you go. Instant invisible ladder. So you guys arrive at Hammer Strike Forges, and it's kind of a forge that's like, it's almost like two forges, like right across from each other. One of them is it looks like it's kind of like a brother sister dwarf that run the place. Like the brother kind of works in this place and makes armor, and then the sister makes all sorts of weapons. When you guys arrive, it just looks like they're like super busy and just pumping out a whole bunch of weapons and armor and all this stuff, like more so than before. Last time you guys were here, it was pretty small and pretty dead, but things have picked up quite a bit. You see a lot of soldiers like come and go and drop off their armor, some that have been dented and dinged up, others that trying to repair or create some new armor and weapons and stuff. But yeah, one of the dwarves looks over at you, Halvard, and it's like, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
Well, I was wondering if, considering you have a lot of customers coming through, I was hoping this won't be too much trouble, but anything of hefty, heavy armor, like lots of heavy plate.
Well, heavy plate armor. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, just something of some good plate. These splinters served me well, but I think some plate
he walks,
in its fullness.
He takes kind of like a walk around you and checks out your splint. He's like, "Hey, looks like you've seen some battle play. No problem. I've actually got a nice plate armor right here. If you don't mind, we took it off some the dragon army men that have been roaming around the countryside. Times are really bad, and we're really busy right now with all sorts of weapons and armor, but you happen to come at the right place and the right time. A suit of or a plate armor that you're looking about will run you about 1,500 gold pieces.
Alright. I believe I have
For sample
that.
sizes?
Oh, sorry, wee one. We don't have anything in
In my size.
in our size, but back maybe in Thorbardin, back in there, they might have some great crafted, but trade is hard to come by with all the raiding and stuff that's been going on. All around these lands have been hit and attacked, more so than ever before from the dragon armies. We think there might be something amiss, something coming, but we haven't seen any attacks quite yet into Kalaman itself, but count your days, little one.
Oh,
War is coming.
pretty sure we can bank on that.
Aye. So what do you see there, laddie? You like the plate armor? Is that gonna work for you?
No, that works for me.
Okay.
1,500 here.
All right. He's kind of tightening the belt and kind of making a few adjustments and stuff for you, and
What?
kind of sets you on your way. So you guys are good to go. Did you guys want anything else at the smithy while you're here? Or?
Yahoo.com. I know there's a separate one that's also under the
Sorry. Casey was asking me a question. What were you asking, Brian?
Just see if there's anything else you wanted at the smithy place.
No, anything I could like, any scrap metal that I could use for tinkering purposes.
Sure. He's like, my sister over there. She might have some scrap bits. She can help you out. She's like, oh yeah, there, laddie. Lassie, yeah, I can help you. I've got a few bits here. They won't do me much no good, but maybe a few. It looks like you're a tinkerer of some site. But yeah, if you want to...
Just kind of getting started, so whatever you could spare, I'd be awfully grateful. Thanks so much.
Oh, sure. No problem. I've got a couple buckets of scrap here, different widgets and metal bits and stuff that you might fancy. And she just says, go ahead and take it. It's free. It's on the house. I just I want to make sure it goes to a good home rather than throwing it away. But I'm sure you understand. Cool. So that concludes, I guess, your guys' Hammer Strike Forge. Meanwhile, Balrin and Xiaomi, you guys head to Wyron's Apothecary. And as you guys walk in the door, you can smell like a lot of incense. It is pretty dark in here. And you hear kind of like there's a woman behind the counter there in kind of black robes, and she notices you guys, and
hello there. Welcome back, Alrin. I see you have a friend with you.
Yes. Let me introduce Xiaomi Wyham. Have you, when you took your test of high sorcery, kind of on the side, did you engage with Wyhan or no?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Well, if you're another sister of the black robes.
Very nice to meet
So-
you, Xiaomi. Actually, I have heard some great things about you and your test. Both you and Balrin showed great courage, and welcome to the Order.
Thank you.
If there is anything, I've been able to get some, acquire some magical items and stuff that might help you guys out. The trade routes have been difficult, but I've been able to find ways to get stuff. But if you guys want to follow me, just right behind the desk here, I have a, like to say, a secret stash, just for my special clientele, such as yourselves.
Yes, please. I have some gold that's ready to be spent.
Cool.
I do as well.
Cool. So she takes you like behind the counter and stuff, and she shows you kind of like this secret room that opens up, and it's kind of like a special closet with like a bunch of magical items hanging up on the wall, like assorted rings, bracers, maybe some wands, and but she kind of asks you both.
So, what can I do for you, or what are you looking for anything specific? Or why don't we start with you, Balrin?
I would like some. As it turns out, I'm an easy target. I would love if you have something that makes it a little bit easier for me to resist. I find that I'm too focused on my spell casting and people can come right up and cut me to pieces. Do you got anything that can help me out?
I do happen to have a rare kind of armor. It's not magical, but it's elven chain. It's very rare. I actually came across it from one of my Sylvan SD counterparts. Ooh,
Nice.
yes.
That would be a nice Sylvan SD, you said? Because I've got a Kagan SD Forest Shroud, so I'm just collecting them all. Next time is Quillen SD, right? That's the third
That's
thing.
right. Go for Quillen SD,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, you can have the
Then the
trifecta.
C ones, which I forget. Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
this
that'd be
elven
great.
chain,
How
it's
much
very rare.
What
Normally,
does it do for me?
Normally, it would go for about 5,000 gold pieces. Very expensive piece, very rare, but since you both are part of the order, I make an exception and go 4,000.
You got yourself a deal. Oh, wait, could I try persuasion to even go lower?
You could try. Go ahead and make a insight check, I guess, first before you do that.
Okay. Because that's probably already, that sounds like a screaming deal already. Should I not push it?
With a 19, yeah, you pretty much like with her being a Black Robe mage and what she's kind of done already for you, you would almost kind of feel guilty trying to push it, even though she's already given you a
Okay.
break.
Yep.
But
All right. 4,000. Sounds
Cool.
good. Removing that from, and I will see if I have it in an inventory that I can just add. So
And the great thing
I'll do
about
the
this elven chain is not only does it increase your armor, so that's harder for opponents to hit you, but also you do not have to attune to it, so it's very great for the wearer. And as I can see, you've acquired a few items on yourself that are very magical in properties, so this elven chain I think would be a great fit for you.
Nice. Okay, great. Thank you.
excellent.
I'll do some inventory management while you work with
Okay.
Xiaomi.
Sure. So she turns towards you, Xiaomi, and she just mentions to you.
And what can I do for you? You definitely, first of all, are definitely not from Kryn, are you?
No, I'm not entirely sure what planet I'm from, but I have dreams about, orcs being overtaken by some kind of disease, and like I ended up here.
Very
by luck,
interesting.
Because of gods. Yeah.
Very interesting. But it's pretty rare to find someone in your magicalness that practices magic the way that you do. heard a lot about your test, and that is also I've noticed that is a very nice necklace that you have on there. I understand that you were awarded that from your test.
Yes, it's helped me a lot in my travels, and I feel like learning how to use the magical items and equipment that I have. I am kind of looking for more protection, or at least maybe something that would grant me spell to at least save a life or my own life if, you know, uh, my life source gets too low.
Okay.
Kind of more like kind of a protection property of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah, whether that be in the form of an item and or armor, either one of those would be greatly helpful.
Okay. Well, I do have some bracers of protection. That will. Let me go back behind the counter here and check it out.
And let me take a look really quickly. Bracers of protection. Check out their properties. Bracers. Let's see. Oops. Actually, it might not be called. But I think what she's gonna do is she kind of comes back around the side. She's like, well, I think I've got an idea of what you're after. It might take me a while to kind of dig it up and stuff here, but are you here, let me.
Are you staying in the Castle Kalaman with the others, Joey?
Yeah, I'll be staying with them tonight.
Okay. Yeah, let me do some searching around. I have another client that's dropping off some stuff, which I think might have some stuff to help you out. So now that I've got an idea, are you looking for something? Does it matter if it's attunable or not?
No. Either if it's attunable or not, it's fine. Either
Okay.
or.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll come up with maybe 2 or 3 items, and I'll come visit you at the Castle Kalaman here within the next, either later on tonight or tomorrow. I'll get back to you with that.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, so she kind of helps you guys out. Again, she's her business is pretty slow, but she almost kind of likes it really slow. You can kind of tell she doesn't, like other people will come in very rarely to this shop. So to have other magic users such as you guys come in, she enjoys it. You guys have kind of like another conversation. You kind of understand that she's almost kind of like a retired wizard from the order and stuff. So this is kind of like her retirement is running this shop in Kalaman. But cool.
Quick heads up, that elven chain I didn't realize it was chain armor, medium armor, which I cannot wear. I thought that was like a chain, like a literal chain that I would wear on my neck. But I, as a sorcerer, have no armor that I can wear.
We can double check, but it should be elven chain. Because let's see, no attunement or proficiency to wear it.
Which is true, but it's medium. It's like a chainmail armor. That's what I keep pulling up.
Okay.
Chain shirt. Yeah.
Chain shirt. Take a look.
Oh. Wait. You gain +1 while you wear this. You're considered proficient with this armor, even if you lack proficiency.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, even if you lack proficiency with medium armor,
Oh.
you're considered
Oh, okay.
proficient. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
I'll
and
put it on.
yeah, you could. I think even if you wear it and you put it on you, I mean, it'll say like or something will come up. I think on D&D Beyond where it'll say, like, hey, you can't wear this medium armor or whatever. But I was
Okay.
doing some research, and that was like one of the benefits of that is that, like spellcasters can wear it and stuff. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Thank you.
Mhm. All right. So you guys are heading back, or did you guys want to check out anywhere else in the town here before going back to the castle?
No, but Biddy's probably gonna, have splintered off from Halvard and maybe gone to meet up with Titina for some tinkering lessons. Maybe a pint.
Maybe a pint. Okay.
But then I'll regroup with everybody else. We don't need to roleplay that one. That's weird. I'm awkward already, so
Okay.
a gnome date would be really awkward.
So Biddy, you and Titina kind of like find yourself at the city market. You guys are checking out a bunch of different wares, like doing a bunch of shopping together. You show her like some of your 2 bales or your 2 buckets full of sprockets and all that stuff, and she's
I got some materials. Let's go make some stuff. Arts and crafts time.
Oh my goodness, that is so amazing. Oh, we can do so many things with these buckets of parts and pieces and all this stuff. Oh my goodness, this is so great. Yeah, I've actually got a special place in the castle that they just gave me. It's like a new workshop, and we could totally do make all sorts of cool stuff. I got so many great ideas.
Fantastic. Biddy's just like blushing the whole time.
awesome.
I can't wait to go hang out with you some more.
And she grabs like one of your buckets and helps you like carry it and stuff, and she kind of just smiles at you, and as you guys kind of finish your shopping and stuff for the day.
Sweet.
Cool. Let's see. Yeah.
In case you told you smell bad, Ellie, you smell fine. Sorry.
Okay. No. You guys do like throughout the town, and as you guys are heading back to the castle, you do hear like folks murmuring, something about like a flying war machine. There's rumors of like a flying war machine that's now gonna flood the streets, and you guys, there's kind of like, small murmurs and whispers and rumors going all around, especially around the city market, and kind of like naysayers and doomsday kind of like people around the area. Nothing like too crazy, but you just are kind of getting the clue that word has been spread out and stuff of that. So you guys head back to Castle Kalaman. When you get there, you guys meet up with Marshal Vendry. Actually, this would be probably the next day. So the next day, you guys meet up with Marshal Vendry. You guys go into her office there, and she's pleased to see you guys. And she shuts the door, and she's like, well, again, it is such a miracle that you guys are here. And thank you for your information about Derek and his forces and stuff. I'm happy to hear that he's going to be coming back and stuff, but I'm sure he's suffered some losses. I'm going to share with you guys that the war has not really gone well in Derek and his army's absence. Kalaman's forces have held their own, but the dragon army has claimed much of the surrounding land. Although they have, the army has not attacked anything or come close to, striking on Kalaman, the city itself. It almost seems like the bulk of the forces are camped near the ruins of Vogler, as if like waiting for something. But with the news of the Flying Citadel, I kind of makes me, I now kind of know why that is. So thank you very much for that intel. I've ordered all my troops to return to Kalaman and shore up the defenses along the walls. However, I must admit the city has little hope of defeating a flying fortress. That I'm very concerned of, as many others are very concerned about.
Ooh, it's a hard one. I mean, we've gotten. I could see if this other helmet that I've gathered from the last one can give us any sort of clues, as maybe we can control this incoming one.
She takes a look at it and she's like, wow, this looks very damaged. But you know, if you want to, the only person that I would know of is Wayhin and stuff. If you wanted to show it to her, and maybe she might have some insight on it.
And perhaps Biddy and Tatina could go along and sort of see if there's anything tinkering wise that we could do to fix it, or splice some wires. I don't know.
Sure. Hey, any idea is great right now.
I mean, if we could find our way into the Citadel, we can try and crash it. But it turns out there's a lot of bad around it, so I don't know how that would work.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
you imagine this is maybe not. I mean, I like size wise by comparison. I'm thinking back to like the stories and everything, but like the Flying Citadel that we saw, in my mind, is larger than the tower that we took down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe a little like I don't know. And I'm pretty sure I can't levitate up to it, so
No.
might have to.
You guys hear like some commotion kind of go outside the doors and stuff, and the soldier like opens the room and he says, Marshal, we just had some scouts returned with some news. And one of the scouts comes into the room. He's like, Marshal, he's kind of out of breath and stuff. And he's like, sorry, I've been riding so fiercely these past few days, but we have spotted a flying citadel just northwest of the city, and beneath it, the Red Dragon army has begun to march towards Kalaman. And she says, she takes that in, and she's like, well, we must brace the city for battle. That is what is going to happen. And she starts issuing some orders to some guards and everything like that. And the marshal turns to you guys and says, well, we could use your help right now. Anything that you can do within the city, especially maybe check around the gates, help wherever you can, would be very much appreciated. But I must go urgently now and see what I can do to help. So
Okay.
as you guys kind of head out of the castle and kind of got all your stuff, go ahead. Let's see. Let's have Xiaomi. Why don't you actually everybody go ahead and roll a d6. That's great. It's nice GIFs. I'm catching up on my GIF work.
I've been hard at work there.
Yeah. All right. Number one. Okay. So you guys are out in the streets and stuff. And you guys are all together. And Balrin, you see like a makeshift aid camp has taken over an alley, providing help to refugees recently arriving in the city. Let's see, Xiaomi. As you guys keep walking through the city here, Xiaomi, you see an old man with a pointed green hat that sits on a bench telling a group of children a story of the heroic knight Huma Dragonbane. And he looks over at you as he's telling this story, and he keeps telling the story to the kids, and he looks at your group, and he just kind of swear you thought that this old man winked at you guys, and he keeps telling the story to the kids, and the kids are just like mesmerized by this heroic tale of this knight Huma Dragonbane.
Biddy just goes over and starts listening in.
Okay.
She blends in with the kids, even though she's still shorter than most of them.
Sure. So the old man keeps telling this story about how this Huma Dragonbane once came across this magical item called a Dragonlance, and it was forged with the help of the good dragons, the kind of the chromatic dragons, the gold, the silver, the bronze, and how they were pushing back and fighting against Takesis that was trying to take over. And in that, you hear stories, very valiant stories of valiant knights fighting, riding these chromatic dragons and fighting against these evil red, blue, and green dragons and stuff. And all the kids are just like, super excited. And Biddy, you're just like, you can't help but just be totally mesmerized by this story and stuff. Well,
she's also thinking back to like the fact that like the dragonelle that they were kind of trying to protect was metallic looking, very bronze. So I'm just like, wait a second. So that dragon doesn't want to eat me. It might want to help me or let me write on it. Even cooler. So she's like, ooh, ooh. And then like as soon as she hears the Dragonlance thing, she's just like, oh, my friends got one of those. We got one of those. They work great.
Oh wow, your friend's got one. Wow.
I'm not shouting out. I don't want to interrupt the poor guy. I mean, he's telling a story and I'm gripped, but that's what's going through her mind. She's just like, ooh.
I was kind of wondering the same thing too. I was like wondering if there's any allied dragons that we could use to possibly fly up to the Citadel.
Would eliminate the need for the extra tall ladder.
Exactly.
There you go.
The impossibly tall ladder. It's like, hang on, can you stop the Citadel for a second? I've got to climb this thing and you're really throwing me off balance right now.
We can store it in that bag of holding that one of you got.
There you go.
Hey, Halvard, carry this ridiculously like mile tall ladder.
Yeah.
You could just glue his longswords together.
Holding out, make room, I'm sure.
Some great ideas. Okay.
Get my grappling hook.
Biddy, as you guys are heading like kind of towards the northwest section of the town, you guys come across the blacksmith shop again, the Hammer Strike Forges, and you see a sign that hangs over the blacksmith shop that says "Weapons out of stock. Sorry and good luck."
Oh, no soup for you.
And then the last one, number 3.
It's okay. We've got like 50 long swords in our bag of holding, so we can share.
You have a small armory.
If you need a silver
bag.
longsword, I have one.
Oh, yes. And then the last thing you guys see, Halvard, you see a lost child calls for their parents on a crowded street.
Gotcha. And this is like individually all of us are seeing different things?
Yeah, you guys are traveling as a group, but Halvard, this is what you pick out within the group while you're traveling.
Gotcha.
Except the kid sticks it in the bag of holding. Problem solved.
Back him on the longsword.
Get in the bag.
I guess I would say probably Halvard's probably gonna go over and to this kid, and while he does, he's probably looking around to see if anyone's like searching for their kid.
You don't see anybody, but you do come across a couple soldiers that are nearby. One of them kind of sees you, and and he's like, "Oh, hail, Halvard, we've been looking for you. Actually, we've been looking for all of you.
But do you want to worry about the child is looking for their parents?
Oh boy, this child is, and the child starts crying, and the other soldier's like, yeah, no problem. We'll find your parents. Here, come with me. And he's like, thank you, Halvard. But there seems to be like some commotion going on at the trade gate. If you guys don't mind checking it out, we're gonna. But yeah, if you guys want to make your way to the trade gate, there's like some commotion and stuff going on. But we'll take care of this kid here for you guys.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, no problem. We'll find your parents. Don't worry. So you guys head over towards the trade gate area, which is kind of like right here in the northwest area. Okay, and just change up the music just for. Hopefully this will work. Okay. So you guys arrive at the trade gate area. You can see that the portcullis of the trade gate has been lowered. There's dozens of civilians gathered outside, banging on the gate and pleading for entry. Inside the gate, Kalaman soldiers stand with spears ready, nervously eyeing the gate and their stern captain. And let's see, I've got kind of a trade gate. There we go. Just bounce us to where we're at. Wait for the map to load up here. But there's, let me throw you guys out on the map really quick just to give you an idea. But you can see inside the gate is where the captain is, and then all the guards kind of right there. Let me just plop you guys out here. But what would you guys like to do when you guys see this kind of event or commotion kind of going on?
Well, obviously Betty's a little concerned. She's very like why aren't you letting those people in? Like there's an army marching. Like why are we closing the gates against people? Like I think she kind of wants to like go up and just ask, like, so kind of like the guards at the gate. She's like, what are you doing? Why won't you let these people in? Like, don't you know that there's this huge threat coming? We need as many people as we can, but we also need people to be safe. Why would we lock anyone out?
The captain of the guard turns around towards you guys, and he's like, yes, I know that there's an army coming out, and there's dozens of travelers and residents of the trade camp that seek refuge within the city. I have also heard that draconians can take on an appearance of other people, so you can never be too precautious there, little one. We started
take on their.
Well, there's like what 14 of them. There's like a whole ton of us, and we're like, golly, if they all turn out to be draconians, we'll just kick their butts. But golly, they could just be real, just innocent people, and really, we could. They look like they could hold a weapon. They could help us defend it, but not if they're sitting outside and get toasted by dragons.
What if they're all draconians, all whatever, and we're gonna let the enemy inside? I don't know. With this large group that just showed up, we just closed the gate to prevent disguised enemies from slipping inside of our gates.
Have you ever met one of those draconians that can change into people? Because we have. Unless you kill them, they cannot look like you. And maybe they can disguise themselves, but we've killed them. So why don't you search all these people, stop being an idiot, and let these people in? I'll do persuasion if I can. I
don't have to break out my chicken on you.
You see another soldier kind of goes up and, tries to talk to the officer and stuff. If anybody would like, you are more than willing to make a persuasion or intimidation check on the captain.
I'll check what my stats are first.
Oh, Balrin went first. Okay. Balrin, go ahead and tell us, how you're going to try to persuade.
I would tell them a story of how we were able to defeat them with just us, and how the soldiers of Kalaman seem so much stronger when united, which they are. So you can do your jobs, remain calm, search them if you feel more comfortable, make sure they're not sneaking in weapons, and show them how strong the soldiers of Kalaman can be.
Very
So I'm
well
kind
then.
of playing good guy.
Very well then. All right, you're heard out. You've obviously your group has seen more than we have. We have heard of your group. Thank you for your advice. And he's like, all right, raise the gates, but keep on guard, soldiers. I want everybody searched and checked, and look out for any funny business. Go ahead, raise the gate. And the gate starts opening, and the people are coming through. But you can tell, like, these people are panicked. They are freaking out. They know that war is coming, and they want to get inside. And you see people just thanking you guys and thanking the soldiers for letting them come in, and they just they pour through the gates and thank you guys profusely. And the guards are kind of all checking everybody and patting them down and everything like that. And
I think Xiaomi's role should count for calming them down. It's a really good role.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy to help out people that, are in need of, safety and sanctuary, because I feel like if I wasn't taken in by this group, I might have been in a very similar state. So,
Sure.
yeah, definitely
I would
want to help out these people for sure.
I would say Xiaomi with your persuasion role, you kind of do like crowd control, and you help kind of calm down these people. And then you're kind of helping them, like, hey, I need water, and my wagon wheel is broken, and I need to fix it, and where can I do? And you're kind of like helping, like, be like, here, you want to go over here and check this out, and go over here and this, and you just start, like, these people start feeling already kind of relieved within a lot of a panic type environment. And so, yeah, you guys are very successful on your persuasion skill checks and stuff. So yeah, congratulations on that.
So, are all the people coming in and we're all clear, or
Yep.
are we helping with the checks?
You guys are all clear. You guys are kind of watching all the people and helping them kind of come into with like what Xiaomi. You guys are just kind of like following Xiaomi and helping her as she's helping these people. To like, hey, you should go here, and they can help you out here. And there's people like in the town too that kind of see this going on, and so you see a lot of people kind of opening their doors and their houses to help house these people or their animals and all this stuff. So you see, a lot of helping individuals helping these people that have looking for safety. And as all this stuff is kind of happening, Biddy, you kind of look up in the sky, and you see on a broken stone buttress jutting from the ancient tower wall perches an exhausted dragon. Oh, oops, sorry. So yeah, let me rewind that. Biddy, you spot a dragon.
You notice none of that, Biddy.
Yeah, not yet. You spot a dragon.
No, I didn't see any dragons.
You spot a dragonelle ridden by two figures that are flying over the city towards the spires of Castle Kalaman. At a glance,
can I tell what color it is?
At a glance, you don't see that. You don't see any dragon army colors on the distant figures. And
Well, I just mean the dragon. What color's the dragonelle?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That one I can do. Persuasion, not so much.
I'm basically picking out the person with the highest passive perception in the group, aka Biddy. Okay, 16. You do notice that the Dragonelle is definitely not wearing like any armor or anything like the other Dragonelles that you guys have fought of the dragon armies. But you see it's kind of landed up by the ramparts atop Castle Kalaman.
How is she able to see what the color of scales the
Well, that's what I was kind of asking, but apparently not. I didn't roll that well.
No.
17 isn't that good. If I got a 20, man, you better tell me that thing's freaking silver or gold.
If you got a 20 or more, yeah, I could give you more information. But
but he starts tugging on on Halvard's under thing from his or she starts knocking on his plate armor. She's just like, Halvard, there's something flying overhead. There's a dragon that landed at the castle. We might want to go check out. We might want to check in. I didn't see what color it was, but it didn't look too super scary. But I just don't know that that's very safe. We should probably go see what's going on.
Dragon. Says he'll go ahead and reach for Dragonlance.
Okay. So you guys turn tail and start running back towards the castle. When you guys get there, now I'll start saying what I failed to. Yeah. So on a broken stone buttress jutting from the ancient tower wall perches an exhausted dragonelle, its coppery scales glimmering in the sunlight. Two figures tend to the dragonelle, one in rugged leather and the other wearing the armor of a knight of Solamnia. You can tell the riders are Klistrin and Darrett.
That, yes.
Very well timed.
So
there's Darrett.
That's good.
Gets off his armor and they're tending to the dragonelles. They turn around and they see you guys. They're like, "Oh, friends." He's like, "It's so good to see you guys." Not long after.
Ride.
Thank you. Well, not long after we parted ways, Klistrin found this wasteland dragonelle. It was friendly and allowed Klistrin to ride it. That's right.
Can Beatty do a perception I don't know, perception or insight to see if this is the dragon that she was protecting?
Sure, go ahead and do it.
Or that we were all protecting. Okay. Yeah. Insight?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Insight. Okay. You basically needed a 10 or more. You can see from the scars and stuff, and that this is definitely that dragonelle that you guys rescued.
Yeah.
Klistrin says, this is my little fella here that we helped rescue. Thank you guys again. I'll call this one Blaze. He's my favorite copper dragonelle. But me and Blaze here, we managed to soar really close to the flying citadel. And, it was a little bit dangerous, but we're here. And what we noticed, there were tunnels that were riddling the citadel's base. And there were some really eerie lights suggest they connect with the temple above. I also found Darrett and offered him a ride home once the Kalaman soldiers were safely aboard the ships. And Darrett's like, "Yep, that's right." He's like, "I can't say I've ever ridden a dragon before, but oh my goodness, how it's a new experience every day. It's pretty amazing. Thank you, Klistrin." And he mentions several other friendly wasteland dragonelles followed Klistrin and Darrett to Kalaman, but they broke off once they came, once the city came within sight. He's like, "Yep, that's right. There's a pack of them that kind of broke off. I think they're a little bit skittish right now, but maybe we could utilize them."
Hopefully there would be 4 of them. Would be quite nice.
Or more. We could pick some people up too and help us out.
Mm-hmm.
I like your thinking. Yeah. He's like, "Yep. That's kind of what we're thinking too. Facing the undead dragons and the dragon army troops directly on the surface of the flying citadel would definitely end in disaster. As we saw, the citadel is totally surrounded by flying foes, but I feel like their attention could be diverted by a distraction of some type. It's like, and then Clistron's like, yeah, I think maybe by using these tunnels in the citadel's foundation, maybe we could sneak you guys inside and maybe find a way to destroy that flying citadel. And
We're good at breaking shit.
Darrett's like, yeah, well, yeah. Yes, you are. You guys are great.
We have an appetite for destruction.
Clistron says, I might be able to find those other Dragonales in the region and bring them to aid us in reaching that flying citadel, as you guys mentioned.
Yeah, let's do it. Yes, please.
Sounds
That'd be
good.
wonderful.
Okay. You guys kind of are all in agreement. And Clistron and his Dragonale rest briefly just before heading off to find the other, to meet up with the other Dragonelles. Darrett is gonna come with you guys and stuff, and he's definitely gonna go to Marshall Vendry and kind of help her out and stuff of what he can within the city and stuff. So, so this, let's see. So yeah, so it's probably about evening time right now. And it's kind of like dusk kind of settles in. But did you guys want to say anything to Darrett and I guess Clistron before they take off or anything? But sorry, I didn't give you much of a chance to say anything there.
No, it's all right.
Well, we saw them not that long ago anyway, so yeah, we're good. Let's get this thing rolling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, so that so dusk kind of sets in, and you guys hear defenders of Kalaman's western walls start sounding off an alarm, and the west-facing ramparts of the trade gate are abuzz with soldiers rushing reports in and orders out. Amid the activity stands Marshal Vendry, issuing sharp commands to an endless array of lieutenants. Every so often, the Marshal's gaze passes through the tangle of soldiers to the field beyond the walls. There, thousands of soldiers in red and black raise the dragon army's camp beyond the reach of Kalaman's defenders. War machines roll into position between crimson banners bearing the Dragon Queen's claw-like symbol. Above, Dragonelles soar in rigid formations alongside the Dragon Army's most terrifying weapon, the Flying Citadel. Otherworldly smokes roil from the ruined temple atop the floating island. As it drifts into place above the battlefield, reanimated corpses of ancient dragons circle the ruins, glowing with the same terrible light as the temple itself. And that's where we will stop our adventure for this evening. This was one of my favorite concept art pieces, I think, of the entire campaign. I think this kind of
So gorgeous.
spells out what you guys see, the danger and the Lord of the Rings.
literal doom and gloom.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll stop here. Shit's about to get real, and it's gonna get.
We'll roll for initiative next time.
Yep.
Us versus Citadel.
Yes,
Attack.
us versus large Citadel. Citadel is so slow. It's got a -10 on its initiative. But
But 8 million HP.
8 million HP. It's really, easy to hit if you're within range. But
We'll just hop on a dragon and go.
I'll just hit the control panel again and crash it into the ground. It'll be fine.
there you go.
It'll be great.
Not a
He's
problem.
never gonna pass that driving test, but he can definitely wreck a castle.
There you go. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I will stop the stream and we will catch you guys next week. But yeah, thank you for anybody watching.
Yay, we win.